Now, anime and fan service are two things that can never be separated. Because no matter which show you pick, the cliched bait of fan service is always there. But there are certainly times where you're just like, well, this show's good enough so I can just ignore it. And then you have other times where you think, ugh, this crap is just too much. And sometimes you say, how the hell is this even allowed on TV? And that's exactly what we're going to be exploring today. From a generous amount of fan service to an unhealthy amount to finally an amount that would make you question your reality. This is the list of the top 10 harem anime with a hellish amount of fan service. So without further nonsense, let's dive on in. And starting off with the list, we've got Cat Planet Cuties, an anime that dives headfirst into the ecchi genre, but with an extra sprinkle of sci-fi and cat girls. The story centers around a regular high school boy whose life turns upside down when he meets, yep, you guessed it, a cute cat girl from outer space. And obviously she brings the biggest dish on the table, and that is fan service. And it's constant and merciless. Featuring everything from accidental gropes to beach episodes filled with you-know-what. And the fun fact is that the show seems to embrace every ecchi trope in the book, making it a must-watch for all the degenerate fans of the genre. The interactions between the main character and the various female characters are hilarious and corny at the same time. Despite the over-the-top fan service, the show manages to keep a lighthearted tone, never taking itself too seriously, and the sci-fi aspect, while not groundbreaking, adds a fun twist to the usual harem formula, making Cat Planet Cuties a guilty pleasure that doesn't try to be anything more than what it is. An ecchi romp through space and time. Think of it as To Love Ru, but with more elegant features and alien conspiracies thrown into the mix. So while the plot may be secondary to the ecchi elements, there's a certain charm in its sheer commitment to delivering fan service at every turn. So have fun with that. Then at number 9, we have My Wife is the Student Council President. The typical high school setting, but as an ecchi anime that takes the concept of high school romance and cranks up the heat. The story revolves around our boy who unexpectedly finds himself married to the beautiful, assertive student council president. From the get-go, the anime is packed with ecchi moments as the young couple navigates their new, somewhat forced, living situation. Each episode is a short burst of ecchi content with some questionable situations and, well, plenty of awkward encounters. The show thrives on its ability to push the boundaries of a typical romance anime, delivering a constant stream of ecchi moments that are funny, but a little bit cliched at the same time. It's like Nisekoi, but with more skin, more innuendo, and a lot less subtlety. But despite its short episodes, My Wife is the Student Council President manages to pack in a surprising amount of humor and character development. The relationship between the main leads, while heavily laced with ecchi elements, is surprisingly sweet at times, making for a fun, but definitely not deep viewing experience. For those who enjoy a mix of romance and fan service, this anime delivers exactly what it promises, an ecchi-filled ride through the ups and downs of an unusual high school marriage. Next up at number 8, we have Miss Caretaker of Sunohara So. This show is like Toradora, but with a lot more questionable touching and a lot fewer tsundere outbursts. It's an anime that delivers its ecchi content with a side of wholesomeness, and the story follows a middle school boy who moves to Tokyo and ends up living in a dormitory for girls? Well, hold your fantasy, lads, cause this crap ain't happening for you. Oh, and there is a twist, by the way. And just what exactly is it? Well, the main character is constantly mistaken for a girl due to his appearance, which leads to a series of awkward and often ecchi situations with the dorm's female residents, particularly with the kind-hearted caretaker. And that part is always present in every corner of the show, but it's presented in a way that feels more teasing than explicit. Well, in most cases that is. The caretaker's overly affectionate nature towards Aki, coupled with the misunderstanding, sets the stage for a steady stream of ecchi moments. And despite it sometimes focusing too much on the fan service, the anime maintains a warm, cozy atmosphere, making it more of a feel-good ecchi series than anything too raunchy. So for viewers who enjoy ecchi anime with a softer touch, Miss Caretaker of Sunohara So is a decent mix of fan service and heartwarming moments that's both enjoyable and easy on the eyes. Up next at number 7, we have Kanokon, The Girl Who Cried Fox. An anime that doesn't hold back on its heavy dose of fan service, the story follows a shy high school student who becomes the object of affection for a fox spirit For as bold as she is beautiful, from the very first moment the anime lets you know that it's filled with ecchi content and that it's not going to hold back any punches. The fanservice is relentless, with the fox spirit advancing on the main character, providing a near constant stream of ecchi moments. Whether it's the spirit transforming into her fox form or simply finding new ways to get close to the main character, the show never misses an opportunity to turn up the heat. But despite its over-the-top fanservice, Kanokon manages to be entertaining in its own right. The supernatural aspect adds a fun twist to the usual high school romance formula, and the show's lighthearted tone keeps it from ever feeling too serious. For fans of ecchi anime with a supernatural twist, Kanokon, the Girl Who Cried Fox, offers a wild fanservice-filled ride that's as amusing as it is provocative. After that, at number 6, we've got Rosario plus Vampire, a quintessential ecchi anime that combines the supernatural with the harem genre in a way that's both entertaining and also shamelessly heavy on fanservice. And that's just the way we like it, am I right, boys and ladies? The story follows an average high school student who accidentally enrolls in a school for monsters. There, he meets a beautiful vampire who quickly becomes the center of a harem of supernatural girls, each lusting for MC's attention in increasingly edgy ways. The fan service is practically a character in itself, with every episode featuring some combination of a whole bunch of flashes and questionable situations. Oh, and if you haven't noticed yet, this show, just like almost every other anime on this list, is a goddamn harem. So whether it's the vampire girl's transformations or the other girl's attempts to win over the main character, the show is packed with ecchi content that's as over the top as it is frequent. It's kind of like High School DxD, but with more monster girls and a lot more blushing. But even with all that crap, this show manages to tell a fun story. The characters, while often playing into ecchi tropes, are likable, and the supernatural settings adds an extra layer of intrigue to the harem antics. So for those who enjoy their anime with a mix of monsters, magic, and a whole lot of fan service, Rosario plus Vampire is a classic in the ecchi genre that's sure to please. And next at number 5, we have Infinite Stratos. This show blends mecha action with harem ecchi in a way that only anime can. The story follows the only male capable of piloting an Infinite Stratos, a powerful exoskeleton that's supposed to be exclusively for women. And don't question the plot, it's just stupid, I know, but it's fun, and that's what matters. So naturally, this plot lands him in an all-girls school where he quickly becomes the center of attention. The fan service in Infinite Stratos is almost as prominent as the mecha battles, with every episode finding new ways to put the main character in compromising situations with his female classmates. From accidental gropes to classic harem misunderstandings, the show covers all the ecchi bases, delivering a near constant stream of suggestive content. But it's not just about the fan service, though there's plenty to go around, don't get me wrong here. The mecha battles are well animated and exciting, and the various female characters each bring something unique to the table. So while Infinite Stratos may not break any new ground in terms of storytelling, it's undeniably entertaining, so go ahead and give this one a try. Then up here at number 4, we have a favorite, and that is Tsugumomo, another anime that doesn't hold back when it comes to ecchi content. The story follows a high school boy who encounters Kiriha, a beautiful but mischievous spirit who takes the form of an obi. Now, what's an obi? Well, watch the show, I'm not a Wikipedia. From the very first episode, Tsugumomo dives into the world of fan service, making it a central part of the humor and character interactions. But what sets this show apart from other ecchi shows is its surprisingly well-crafted story with intriguing supernatural elements. The battles between the main character and various malevolent spirits are intense and well animated, adding a layer of depth to what might otherwise be a straightforward ecchi comedy. It's like Inuyasha meets High School DxD, where the battles are intense, but so are the flashes. So it ensures that there's never a dull moment. The anime manages to balance its ecchi moments with some genuinely interesting lore, making it a show that's more than just eye candy. This, for those who can appreciate a good mix of action, comedy, and fan service, Tsugumomo delivers a package that's both entertaining and a little naughty. It's an ecchi anime that knows how to have fun while still telling a compelling story, making it a must-watch for fans of the genre. And at the top 3, we have I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. I'm seriously sick of these anime titles. I mean, just what's next? Describe what you had for breakfast? Anyway, this is an ecchi comedy that takes the concept of a hero's journey and flips it on its head. The story follows a would-be hero who ends up working in a magical appliance store after the Demon King is defeated. The show is packed with fan service, from the poorly dressed female characters to the frequent questionable situations that the main character finds himself in. Whether it's the Demon King's daughter who he works with and has a penchant for misunderstandings, or the other female employees who aren't shy about getting close up, the show never misses an opportunity to turn up the ecchi. It's a classic case of ecchi done right, where the fan service is so over the top that it becomes part of the joke. Each episode seems to find new and creative ways to place the main character in compromising positions, whether it's a wardrobe malfunction or an accidental fall that ends up with someone on top of him. It's an anime that knows exactly what it wants to be: light, funny, and full of fan service. But as the runners-up of today, we have Brynhildr in the Darkness. Now, this is a darker, more intense take on the harem genre, but that doesn't mean it pulls back on the fan service. The story follows yet another high school student who meets a group of mysterious girls with supernatural abilities, who are just like witches. Oh boy, you won't believe what they're called: witches. While the plot dives into some pretty heavy territory involving conspiracies, experiments, and life or death stakes, the show doesn't forget its ecchi roots. Throughout the series, there's a steady stream of fan service, from the witches revealing outfits to the frequent bath scenes and awkward, suggestive moments. It's almost as if the show is trying to balance out its dark storyline with some lighter, more titillating content. The fan service, while prevalent, never feels too out of place, and given the show's overall tone, it's like Elfenlied with a sprinkle of high school DxD, where the horror and the drama are mixed together with just the right amount of ecchi to keep things from getting too grim. But beyond the fan service, Brynhildr in the Darkness offers a genuinely compelling story with characters that you can't help but root for. Brynhildr in the Darkness offers an intriguing and entertaining experience. It's an anime that manages to blend the dark with the playful, resulting in a show that's both gripping and tantalizing. But at the top spot, we have the legendary High School of the Dead. Now, what would happen if you mix a zombie apocalyptic storyline with an entire ocean of fan service? Well, this is the crap you'll get, and it's good crap. Now, you must have heard of this anime at least once, because it's the pinnacle of blending action, horror, and ecchi into one explosive package. Set during a zombie apocalypse, the story follows a group of high school students as they struggle to survive in a world overrun by the dead. The show doesn't just bring the horror, it brings the fan service in spades, from gravity-defying physics to some of the most iconic slow-motion shots in anime history. And they're iconic for a reason. High School of the Dead is unapologetically ecchi. The show finds a way to inject fan service into even the most intense moments, and it is basically centimeters away from transforming into the you-know-what genre. But what makes High School of the Dead stand out isn't just its commitment to fan service. It's how well it balances with that genuinely gripping action and suspense. The zombie fights are intense, with the characters constantly on the brink of death, yet the show manages to sneak in some ecchi content without missing a beat. So for fans of horror who don't mind a heavy dose of fan service, High School of the Dead offers an experience that's both thrilling and tantalizing. It's a show that knows how to have fun with its premise, while still delivering a compelling story, making it a must-watch for ecchi and horror fans alike. And that's the list for today, guys. So if you were able to make it this far, please be sure to comment down below on which anime you think is filled with the most fan service. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon. That set us all to be notified about all our latest new videos. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.